Marksburg Castle is the best preserved on the Rhine. You must tour the castle with a guide. It sits high on a hilltop overlooking the town of Braubach. Other than a brief use by the Allies in World War II, Marksburg has never been captured, so the castle displays its original construction. Passing through the first gate, you climb the Knight's Stairway that was carved out of slate to pass under the murder hole. Defenders could pour hot pitch onto attackers through this hole before they could enter the second gate. This large stone ball was attached to a rope and swung as a battering ram. Many coats of arms line the wall just inside the second gate. They represent the different families who have controlled the castle since 1283. The German Castle Association has owned it since 1900. Knights would have ridden their horses through this slate hallway into the castle. Residences dating from the 1200s occupied this wing of the castle. This covered area contains cannons dating from the 1500s. Most fired stone balls that were later covered with lead so that air could not escape from the barrel. This made the cannons more powerful and more accurate. You get some great views of the Rhine River and the town of Braubach from the armory room. A Gothic garden containing some 160 plants lies along this outer wall. Plants were used for cooking, medicine, and witchcraft. This inland rampart was the most vulnerable part of the castle and had a triangular construction to deflect attacks. Watered down wine was the way knights got their fluids. The pictures on the wall were their daily allotment. The bellows were part of the barrel's filtration system. The Gothic hall is set up as the kitchen, with an oven designed to roast an entire ox. Residence rooms were a little more airy than most, but only the bedrooms were heated. Toilets were not heated and usually extended beyond the castle's exterior walls. This one extended over the Gothic garden to provide natural fertilizer. Most medieval castles had private chapels built in them so that the residences could worship in private. One of the best part of the castle tour was this collection that showed the development of armor over a 2,000-year period. The castle keep was the final defense against attackers. Defenders would bundle into the keep, burn the wooden bridge, and hope to outlast the enemy. Built in 1245 to guard a toll station, Rheinfeld's castle was the largest castle on the Rhine for 500 years. It sits above the town of St. Goar. Reinforced to withstand cannon attack in the 1400s, it saw lots of action in the 30 Years' War from 1618 to 1648. It was the strongest and most modern fortress in the Holy Roman Empire and withstood a siege of 28,000 French troops in 1692. The castle surrendered to Napoleon without a fight and was destroyed by French troops in 1797. There is an interesting museum located in the former chapel of the castle. This is the only finished room in the original castle area. At the far end of the room is a model of the castle showing how much bigger it was before French revolutionary troops destroyed it in the 18th century. Since its destruction by the French in the late 18th century, it's had no military value, but has served the town of St. Goar as a stone quarry for generations. This 7-foot-tall carved stone is a Celtic tombstone dating from 400 BC, showing that the Rhine Valley has been inhabited for quite some time. Leaving the museum, a path leads under this large shield wall to the main courtyard. Castle defenders dug tunnels outside the walls and then set explosive charges in them to blow up underneath attackers. With a flashlight, you can tour these tunnels. In medieval times, this courtyard was the center of the castle. It contained a bakery, pharmacy, garden, brewery, well, and livestock, allowing it to withstand an extended siege. During peacetime, 300 to 600 people lived in the castle complex. During a siege, that number could swell to over 4,500. This stack of catapult balls was located in the castle garden. After each battle, these would be retrieved and reused in the next battle. A well was essential for any castle during the age of sieges. This well has been used for centuries for the ceremonial baptizing of new members into the local trading league. While this guild goes back centuries, it's now a social club that fills this courtyard with a huge wine party the third weekend of each September. You can enjoy a great view of the river and the surrounding area from the highest lookout tower in the castle. The hills along the Rhine River are made of slate. The slate absorbs the heat of the sun, making the grapes grown here well suited for wine. Today, the slate is mined to provide roofing materials. The Rhine has been a major trade thoroughfare since before the time of Christ. Today, over 300 ships pass this site daily. The Count owned the surrounding farmland. Farmers got to keep 20% of their production. Later, in more liberal feudal times, the nobility let them keep 40%. Today, the German government leaves the workers with about 60%. Openings in the walls of the castle, like this, were used as arrow slits or to pour hot tar on enemy forces. The square holes in this wall were used to support scaffolding during construction, as the wall was built even higher. Zigzag defensive trenches such as these were used to slow down attackers and give archers a better opportunity to kill or wound the enemy. The castle had 6 dungeons. While the town could torture and execute prisoners, the castle had permission only to imprison criminals in these dungeons. This room was used as a slaughterhouse to kill cattle during a siege. This room is a large cellar that contained a 48,000-gallon stone barrel used to store wine for up to 18 months.